In Xanadu did Kublai Khan a stately pleasure dome decree. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Guys, we are skipping the third GAC match. I lost, but it's, and I even got to play, but, yeah, real life caught up to me, and I spent a bunch of time in the ER for someone else, and that person is just fine. They're okay, but I had no time to scout, no time to plan anything. We just winged it, and it had disastrous results, so congratulations to my opponent. However, I'm not going to give you guys a recap. You can go and watch it on Twitch. I'm sure that's still there for at least a month, and, not hiding from it. We lost it, but real life happens, and we gotta move right along. So, we have GAC 29.4. It's the start of a new week, and we're facing a cheater. So, here's the situation. We're facing someone who I'm not going to try to pronounce their name. We have more GP than them by a significant margin, and as you can see, we have better mods on almost every front and relics by a huge margin. And you may ask, how did we get paired together? Like, this happens sometimes in GAC, but it's not that often. Usually when it happens, it's me getting paired up against people who have invested in the game significantly more, and I mean, this is a pretty crazy thing. I wonder why my relic 9 isn't green shaded, though. I do wonder that, because it's a pretty clear advantage there. Anyways, the reason this person got to where they're at in the leaderboards in the standings is they're a cheater. This is what a normal GAC compare looks like. You can see the protection bar above the heads, and then the health bar right below it. This is what a normal one looks like. Lord Vader soloing a 3v3 team with Dash, Han, Chewie. This is something my opponent did, and this is not cheating. However, in the GAC history, in the same thing, you'll note that he used, and this is a totally legitimate counter here, guys, using Luke and Hoda. However, you can see under crew, there's just a little tiny bit of protection left. Now, that might just be a fluke. That you might think like, well, Xaereth, that's just nothing, and that's fair enough. I mean, that I'm not taking that as absolute proof. I don't think I would take that one as, but this one, same opponent, you can see Rey has full protection. She died with full protection, and what happens is there's some kind of APK. There's some kind of a program that you use, and I've never used it. I've never seen it used. I do know, however, that one of the things it does is hit below protection. It just hits health, and so you can see Rey is dead. She had full protection when she died, and there are several examples of this throughout my opponent's account. I'm not going to show you all of them. In fact, this is all I'm going to show you, but this is a very, very reliable way to determine if someone's cheating, and my opponent is a known cheater. Like, apparently he's been reported by a few different people. So going into this match, I actually didn't even realize that they were a cheater. I knew that someone in their guild was a cheater, but I didn't realize it was them. I just knew that I didn't want to take the match unseriously. You don't want to underestimate people. So I'm going to show you guys how I approached it. Even though I had a huge material advantage, they typically play very, very, very strong like efficiency play, and that's probably the best way to cheat anyways, is to show like, hey, I'm so efficient, I always get all these great banners. Of course you're going to run into someone, of course you're going to get I'm gonna get a high banner score, whereas it's just cheating. it's pretty worthless, guys. Worthless individuals. So here's the defense that I placed. What I've discovered, guys, is against efficiency players, the goal isn't to just overload your own defense with all of your best teams. You want to have all strong teams, but you also want to give yourself the flexibility to be able to get high banner scores on their teams that are predictably going to be weak, while putting up teams that are going to take banners from them no matter what happens. Remember, I didn't know they were a cheater. I just knew that from the last week in 5v5, which I didn't see any evidence of cheating in, then and the previous 5v5, you know, a couple months ago, whatever, I know that they played heavy efficiency. So we have the Jedi Master Luke comp, and this you can't really see it. I need to find a better way to do this, guys. But he has the crazy Ayla Datacron, which you guys will see in the next video. I hope I'm going to use it for offense, but it's crazy because she takes bonus turns every time someone stuns. But then also Galactic Republic, which you'll note all of the characters there are Galactic Republic. The Galactic Republic also, when they use a special, they stun the person as long as they're not immune to stuns. So, really good team. Hidden in the back, I put General Skywalker up front because the only real counter to that team is Sith Eternal, and my opponent likes to use Sith Eternal at Relic 7 to kill General Skywalker. My opponent surprised the hell out of me, guys. I was very surprised to see that they had placed both Rey and Jedi Master Kenobi. They had only ever in the past placed Rey. Now you can see how mismatched we are, guys. This account looks a lot closer to what my alt has in terms of, like, look at their General Kenobi, or Jedi Master Kenobi is very, I don't even know if he's a Jedi Master with those kind of relic levels, but you can see Padme has Relic 8, but then Mace is 3, and, you know, Rey is only Relic 7. I mean, low relics, and I don't mean to mock people with low relics. I just want to underline how, you know, this guy's worked his way up pretty well to be able to be facing people like me with bigger accounts and still, you know, somehow face these guys and beat them sometimes. I don't know. On the top, he placed some okay teams. Again, look at the Ki-Adi-Mundi's Relic 3. Madness. Just total madness, guys. You know, lots of Gear 12s, everything. So, how do we approach it, guys? How can we get good banners? Before we jump in, though, folks, just want to remind you, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment, something to help me mount the algorithm. We're doing it, guys. I really appreciate all the support, and it's been a rough couple months, or at least rough month for subs and channel growth. A lot of people have been struggling, and I want to tell you guys I appreciate everything that the community has done for me. Thank you. I haven't lost ground. I've kind of had to tread water a little bit, but I haven't lost ground yet, and it's you guys I have to blame for that, so to speak. So, without further ado, folks, let's jump in to the actual video footage, shall we? Alright, very first thing, we have to kill Jedi Master Kenobi. And I was so surprised, guys, because Kenobi is such a high banner win for efficiency play. You always want to play real efficient. Now, you guys have seen me do this a few times, and I think this is one of the counters that is just going to usually, like, almost always work against even the new cool Kenobis that have faster ults, that have, you know, that hit under protection and stuff. Sith Eternal's going to work here, guys. I'm going to make a video on that, actually. So, the idea here, you need 3 stacks of Beskar ingots. You need to have Thrawn 21 speed slower than Armor, because he's going to gain 20 speed from Sith Eternal. And as you'll see, you want Thrawn to go to hand the turn to Armor immediately after she gets her 3rd Beskar ingot stack. So, they kill the Brute, and all of their speeds are pretty slow too. Remember, I have about double the speed mods on this person. So, like my alt account has better speed mods than this person. So, Armor goes, and she's not going to survive another cycle against normal Jedi Master Kenobi teams anyway. So, Thrawn goes, because he's only 1 speed slower, and hands the turn to Armor again, who promptly adds the Beskar ingots to Sith Eternal, which means he can't be crit, which is a pretty big deal. I also took Wat here. Wat is, like, you don't always need him. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you absolutely do need him. And, I mean, maybe, I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes he's a luxury, is what he is. Sometimes it is, you just fail because you get weird RNG and armor dies. Wat is the person who's like, well, you're gonna get least kill a couple other characters. Like that's, you know, you're gonna make it to the first finish line. And you guys can see we just fried their tank and Commander Ahsoka Tano. And I mean, I've never had my characters live this long into this fight. Almost always it's only Sith Eternal right here. So, I mean, it's fine. Everyone's going to die, and it's going to be terrible banners against an efficiency player. But they also don't have Jedi Master Kenobi on offense now. Plus, I was pretty sure I had made a pretty decent trap against them. So, we're just biding our time, guys. I mean, we have the healing immunity and everything on us. We just need to go. I was like, let's just link one more time to get rid of this healing immunity, just for fun. I mean, Kenobi's just gonna reapply it pretty soon, but we got our big lightning kill, and now it's just a Relic 7 Kenobi versus a Relic 8 Sith Eternal with the Beskar stacks and with the Wat stacks. So, yeah, 62. What I told the stream, I was like, we can pretend like we only dropped 3 banners. In reality, we dropped 13, which is pretty mind-numbing. But, alright. They have the First Order squad with First Order TIE Pilot. Made them a little bit fast. Just made Hux a little fast. But then I was like, well, after Hux, I go after him. Like, Echo's gonna go. He'll dispel everyone. I'll get a bunch of turn meter. And as you can see, we just totally melted this squad. So, that's that. Easy peasy. Okay, so we're gonna do the live segment now, folks. Taking Grievous against Commander Luke is probably pretty safe. The thing is, Grievous is good at countering a couple. He's an off-meta counter for a couple different builds of Sith Eternal and Jedi Master Luke. I was fairly sure that my opponent had expended all of his cool resources on that front zone. Like, putting 2 Galactic Legends down never happened for him. But I was a little bit worried about that. So, the thing is, our General Grievous is very good at taking out Commander Luke teams, and you can see there's a pretty distinct method to my madness. So, check it out, and I'll see you on the other side of the live footage. My guess is that he doesn't have anything that we need to be too sad about, though. Knock on wood. Let's see how this goes. The only one with tenacity on him is their Chewie. He's okay tenacity. It's nothing too crazy. But like, their Luke doesn't have any extra tenacity. Oh good, they shot Nute. I love it when that happens. Excellent. Alright, we gotta target someone with target lock here. Oh, they hit Grievous again. I don't like that. Alright, so Luke's kind of a prude, so we always mark him here a little bit. Alright, let's see. So just a basic here. We're just trying to get turn meter by hitting people with target lock. That's all we're doing. Okay, now we seek someone new for the target lock with B1. Oh, that didn't work out. Oh, it did work out. I was looking at Luke for some reason. You know, let's try to stun Chewie so it doesn't assist anymore. Let's get rid of these debuffs here. Give ourselves a little bit more turn meter. Alright, Chewie's gone. Chupio can be next, I suppose. Alright, target lock on. Oh, Luke doesn't have it yet. We'll get that for you eventually, Luke. Don't you worry, bud. Oh man. Okay, so let's hit the guy who has target lock here. Let's just try to take Han out. Wonderful. Let's just try to stun this guy. Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it, son. I get target lock on you. I don't know, let's just increase your cooldowns just out of spite. I don't really know what the right answer here is. AoE. Alright. I guess let's just try to heal these guys so that they have some health. Ugh, drop 5 banners against this guy. It's okay. Very good. Very good. Alright, folks. So, we beat that team. Dropped a few banners, but beating CLS with General Grievous is a time-honored tradition, and it's actually one of the counters that I developed first. I won't say that I completely came up with it. Like, I came up with it as just a common sense reaction to CLS, and I'm happy that it's stuck around. I don't know how many people copied me or what. Like I said, it's common sense to the point that other people probably had it occur to them as well. But I'm proud enough of that because, frankly, I don't have any super fancy counters to my name. Maybe a couple fancy ones, but all right, we've got Star Killer. Relic 7 on Ray with a bunch of, like, there's a 4-head Ray here, like Scavenger Ray. Or maybe is it 5-head Ray? I don't remember. 5-headed Ray. But, I mean, this seems like, feels like overkill. Star Killer on offense, man. It's super fun. Okay, so if you can do it, guys, if you get Star Killer, put all 3 Omis on Star Killer. It makes it so much easier to take out Ray. I mean, yeah, because you get rid of that damage immunity, or that crit immunity rather. Okay, so she does an AoE. Sorry, it is an AoE actually. The Whirlwind doesn't feel like an AoE, or doesn't look like one, but she does one before she gets a turn, and we managed to take her out before she gets her ult, which is like the 3rd time in a row I've done that, because once you get all of the Omicrons, it just becomes much easier. So we got the Star Destroyer of healing here. They didn't even manage, because they don't have Jedi Training Ray, they didn't even get healing immunity on anyone, so we just wait for Finn to go, and old Visas sneaks in for the kill. That old bird, good job, good on her. And, alright, we got to the back zone, and there's no GLs, as expected, so we have 1 Galactic Legend left. You can see Crim Kid just followed on Twitch. Yay. So we've got Wampa here, and gosh, okay, so people put Grievous on defense still, apparently, guys. And I don't know why. I don't know how many times I've killed Grievous with Wampa. It's obscene. It really is. Like, on both accounts, it just, like, it almost feels like Wampa's a waste here, but there's a ton of other teams that beat it as well, so I don't really know I don't really know, guys. Like, what am I gonna say? What should I say? I have no idea. What I will say is, don't bother paying extortion here when Nute puts it on you, because it just makes them do more damage, and then he'll just reapply it. Like, it doesn't hurt you to have the extortion, actually. And you'll hurt yourself by not doing other things. Wampa is a busy man, even though he just looks like a furry lummox. I don't even know. I think a lummox is a thing from Wheel of Time. Anyways, so they put an okay Qui-Gon Jinn team here. And I still had a Galactic Legend. I was like, why don't we just take a Galactic Legend? Because, I mean, the one thing I've really enjoyed about Omicrons is they've retained the power of Galactic Legends. Like, they don't work with Galactic Legends usually, and they don't work against them usually either, except in specific cases like Star Killer. So, you just go in and you can kill whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want, why ever you want. So, okay. Commander Luke against Troopers. You have to shoot Piet first, because he gains too much turn meter when someone on his team takes damage, and then he'll start their turn meter train, and it's a whole mess. Like, usually CLS still pulls out of it pretty easily, but not before taking a ton of banners worth of damage. So, let's, you know, just keep going. Probably should have just done the AoE from Chupio. That would have taken out at least a stack, but one way or another, his Dark Trooper actually got an AoE off, and I was like, oh man, did he just steal some banners? But then he didn't. Another happy landing. So now we're going to use our own troopers, and hopefully we steal some of their banners. I was fast enough with Gideon here, faster than their BB-8, which is an important thing. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you are interested in a video that just talks about, briefly, the difference between turn meter gain and speed gain. You know, like the Rex bonus is plus speed versus the Bastila Jedi lead is turn meter. Like, would you be interested in some kind of a video on that, just on the basic differences and how they work? I'd be interested to know what you guys think. There's a lot going on, but it's actually very simple. It's very simple. So, okay, we got to use Aurra lead bounty hunters here, guys, against their BAM team. The Queel wasn't super fast anyways, but I like bounty hunters here just because you're just able to get so much done. I mean, look at this. These guys are so slow. They haven't even taken a turn yet. We just keep gaining so much turn meter, and there's such low relics that we keep killing people and gaining turn meter from it. So you'll note that Zam hunts those thermals, so she gains extra turn meter every time. And then I don't think they even did take a turn. Just crazy, guys. That's not typical, but this match is more about, like, can we just save as many banners as we can? So we're pinching banners a little bit here. We get just taking a 4-man team against this Dash squad. Already taking out Vander Chewie. Got to take him out because he's prepared. This Dash has the Omicron, which means the Vander Chewie will just always be prepared. So you can take out Dash first, and the Scoundrels won't do anything. The Veterans won't do anything because he's not a Resistance character. Okay, but they stole a banner, but then we got it back because we went undersized. So just like that, the top zone just evaporates, folks, and some of the bottom zone apparently. And that they do have the 3-attacker fleet for Executor, which provides our only real challenge. It's only a 6-star Executor, folks. Only a 6-star, which kind of messes with things a little bit. You'll see. Okay, so Mon Mothma. This is, you know, an okay Mothra team, but we have Iden, which is just so ludicrous against this team. Like, they didn't get a turn. It's been... We should hang up a sign, like on McDonald's, you know, like, how many minutes since my opponent's last turn? Okay, so we're gonna use our Rebel fleet to take out this Executor, and so you have to target Xanadu Blood first, of course, and then it's just RNG. Will they kill your bigs? Almost always yes. You want bigs to live through all of those barrage shots, like all of the initial barrage. So if you don't have breach on you initially, then you want Cassian to come in first. However, this was a little bit weird because usually they get Houndstooth in first. I don't remember now. Now I say that and then I'm like, wait, is that true? One way or another, we essentially just have to kill the ads, and then eventually we're gonna want to get our Y-Wing in, and that'll help us kill the Houndstooth. We have to kill all the ads first. We just kind of slowly draw them out. So this is it for them. They have all the people in, and this is kind of weird, just in the sense that usually I've killed Xanadu Blood. I think that the speed on Executor really is messing with me. So they get their contract, which is an absolutely horrific turn of events, and there's no way I'm gonna win this now. There's just no way. They killed Y-Wing. Y-Wing's the only way we really kill Houndstooth. So I did manage to snipe out that Xanadu Blood, which is pretty great. So I do that, and then I was like, oh, maybe we just do another AoE and kill Slave 1. And then we don't, and Executor's like, oh, maybe I'll just do an AoE and kill your whole planet. And by planet, I mean ship. But yeah, I guess you guys can watch the gory details as I just slowly get dismantled here. But I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm actually experimenting with Dash's new ship. Get triple attackers. I almost have it to 7-star. I'm gonna start messing around with that. Hopefully we find something. Okay, so you see we're doing Negotiator mirror match, but we have the TIE Fighter pilot here to help us. So we take out Ahsoka right away. That's part of this. Like, Ahsoka goes and she targets TIE Fighter, who has Foresight up. I almost said Forceps up, which would make this a whole different type of exciting, folks. But I had Foresight up. She shot Foresight. Our ship went first. We're able to guarantee the win on that. Maybe not a win, but the tiebreaker. We won the tiebreaker on which capital ship goes first. And even if they had a faster Negotiator, we'd still go first because we gained so much turn meter. We can do the AoE, take out Ahsoka, and then after that, it's all just like, touch and go. Let's just figure this out. So, target the Y-Wing with Ahsoka when she comes in, then take out Plo so that we can get the Dispel on the Y-Wing at the same time, because of your reinforcement ability. And, I mean, yeah, you guys know this counter pretty well, I think, at this point. I did the AoE on the Y-Wing because he didn't have defense up the way 5s did. I'm learning that offense and defense up are stats, or rather debuffs and buffs. They're, oh man, I don't have words for it. They are status effects that are actually worth paying attention to. So, 71 for the mirror match. Pretty good. Pretty good. It doesn't suck. It's not bad. So let's take in Finalizer here. And, you know, luckily, the one thing that I did notice was the very last shot from Finalizer was the AoE. So I knew that they wouldn't do the AoE to start with, which is good. Now it's just Houndstooth and us. About 10 million pounds of angry angst. Can angst be angry? I have no idea. When are we going to get that? Like, I feel like we keep getting so many status effects for different characters. Like, what is Maul have? He almost has angst. It's called Anguish. When are we going to get some emo character that is just angst? Alright, this is my least favorite one, guys. The one that I felt almost, in a way, the least comfortable about. Because Malevolence just really struggles against a lot of the things that Raddus does. So, you know, I'm trying to get buzz droids on everyone. They get their ship in, and I guess we get spy in. Maybe we can just zorp someone. Anyone ever plays that like Chex adventure game? Like, it's like a first-person shooter that you get like the demo in a cereal box. It's like you go around, you don't kill anyone. It's like they're like cereal, and you just like, I think the shooting sound that you make, this shooting thing, is called zorching someone. Anyways, I don't know where that came from. Aren't you glad you're watching this video? Clearly I'm not that into this. I'm probably just avoiding the fact that I don't like this match, because you get buzz droids on them and then they disappear, and you're always missing because they have evasion up and they have foresight, and it just feels so hopeless. Like, they got their rebel ships in here, and you know, you gotta kill the resistance stuff, of course, but yeah, it's just this whole mess, guys. Finally got all the resistance stuff out. We can zorp or zorch their Raddus. Ironically, if they had killed Raddus right away, we would have had a better situation. If Raddus had killed Malevolence right away, we could have probably beat them on attrition faster, because the Raddus is the problem. Anyways, 18-17. Not a great score, guys. I think it's 1850 something. 1853 is the max. So, dropped over 30 banners, like 36 banners. Not my favorite thing against a guy who's high efficiency. So, let's see how we end up here in just a moment. There it is. Check it out, guys. He got through my front zone. Real efficient. He got a 68 on my General Skywalker. When he got to the back, he stalled out on Jedi Master Luke because of that Ayla madness. He didn't have many datacrons on his own, and he quit there because he knew he couldn't win, and because he's a cheater, and he doesn't care about if he's not going to win, then he's done. Now, I think he is smart enough to not attack people who are from either big guilds or maybe people who are, I don't know if he knows who I am, but he doesn't always cheat. I think maybe it's just the people who show signs of paying attention. I don't know. But he lost here, which is good. So I think this is more of a tactical loss for him. I think it was just like, well, alright, I mean, it doesn't make much sense that I could beat some of the stuff here anyways, let's just lose. Like, that's the problem. So, like, it's real easy to catch someone who just cheats every single time they have an opportunity, because you'll be able to find a pattern real quick. If this guy doesn't cheat for a couple seasons, it's way harder to catch it when he does a couple times when he really kind of quote-unquote needs it. So I think this is just one of his tactical losses where he's like, well, I didn't make much sense that I was going to win this anyways, so let's just try to beat it, win legit, and if that happens, great, but if not, we'll just win the next, like, 20 is all. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but so this match almost doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. There's a few counters here that I thought were interesting, but at the end of the day, I'm not taking too much pride in this win. It's nice to get the win, of course, but my next match is, if I can get the win there, that's going to be much more interesting and much more. I'll be able to boast a little bit more. But scouting my opponent from next round, we need better datacron scouting. We need to know what people used on what. I have no idea. My opponent has 3 different level 9 datacrons, and I don't know which ones he had. I think at lock he had 2 of them. I don't know which 2 he had, though, and that makes a huge difference in my attempt to tactically solve issues. So, would love it, CG, if you're listening, which I don't think you watch my GAC recaps. But if you are, please let us see what they have available. You said that you were going to. That was the intent. Someone asked you and you answered, yes, you'll be able to see what they have at lock. Please do that. I would really appreciate it. That being said, folks, next match is going to be crazy. Come hang out with me and watch it at some point. I think by the time I publish this, it will already be done. That being said, folks, I'm going to let you go. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you cheat? If you do, I will report you. I will find you, and no, I don't go out of my way. I wish people wouldn't. Just stupid. I have no idea. No idea what to think, guys. Well, I do. I don't know why. I just... You don't need to hear my rambling anymore. You'll get enough of that some other time, some other medium. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good day. Or night, as you will. Have both. Why not both?